Yo, what is going on, everyone? Guiding Light here, back with another Warzone DMZ video. In this one, I'll show you guys how to complete the anti-air mission, which is going to have you capture a SAM site, wait for the SAM to shoot down an airplane, and then loot a supply drop. So if you load up the DMZ, I highly suggest you do this with a team. It's going to make things a little bit easier. Now, it's not to say that you need one, because I actually did do this solo, and I'll show you guys exactly how to get this done on hopefully your first try. Now, once you get into the DMZ, you're going to spawn at a random location, and it's not going to be the same as mine. But what you will want to do is pretty much the same. You're going to open up your minimap, and what you want to be on the lookout for this time is, instead of being on the lookout for those green icons, you're actually going to be on the lookout for a white missile. So there will be multiple different locations along the map that you can get this one done at. So just go to whichever one's closest to you, because if you go too far, you're going to run into other players who are closer to that area, because everyone is not spawned in the same spot. So you want to go to whichever one is the closest one, and just be on the lookout for a missile. So I spawned at the airport. There's a missile site just to the left of here at the end of the landing strip. So I decided to go over to this one, and I'll show you guys what you need to do once you get there to complete this objective. So once you guys get to the SAM site, expect for there to be a bunch of enemies here. You're going to want to take out as many as you can, and I'll show you guys how you can actually take over this SAM site. But what you want to do first is make sure that you take out all the enemies, and also be sure to have a couple of armor plates and extra ammo on you when you start this, because you don't want to get stuck up. So all you'll have to do is go over to the SAM missile, and you should see a computer here. This will activate it, and from here on, you'll have to actually defend the SAM site. So it'll take maybe about a minute or two to defend it, and then you will have the entire SAM site secured, and you can move on to the next step. So once you have taken control of the SAM, it will begin to start shooting down any aircraft in the area. Now, I suggest just staying near here, because if you go too far away, you'll lose control of the SAM. Also, other players could come up and start up the objective as well. And if they start up the objective, you're also going to lose control of the SAM from that as well. So what you'll want to do is just kind of sit here and chill. If you see other players come up, take them out like you normally would. But if you wait long enough, eventually the SAM will lock onto an aircraft, and it will shoot it down to complete the second part of the objective. So after about maybe a minute or so, my SAM ended up locking onto something. There's nothing that you have to do in order to do it. It will automatically lock on, and it should shoot it down. Now from here, what you'll want to do is go after the supply drop. This will take an extra couple of minutes, and I'll show you guys how you can get that step done as well. So like I said before, guys, other players can come up and try to control the SAM. So these are actually real players that ended up coming up and trying to start the same exact mission as me, because they probably had the same objective. So this is why you want to stay close to the turret, because other people can come up and actually disable it and take it for themselves. So if you, at this point, you kind of just want to hide, and eventually the SAM turret should lock onto a supply drop. I'm not sure exactly how long this will take for you. It took about a minute or two for it to lock onto the SAM for me. I was actually about to walk away, and then finally I heard the commander, or whoever ends up talking to you on the mic, call out that they were locking onto a supply drop. So just be on the lookout for that voice commander to come on and say that they're going to lock onto a supply drop. Now, from this point, you want to try to look up in the sky, because they will be shooting down a supply drop, and from this point, you do need to go and loot it. So I suggest trying to get a vehicle. So right there is when they decided to shoot down the supply drop. And if you open up your mini map, it should show it as an icon on your map. So just set that as your next objective, and grab yourself a vehicle and go on over there. Keep in mind, guys, check your ammo and check your armor plates, because it's really important that you're able to regen health and also have the ammo to actually take out any enemies that might be in the way. Now, luckily, this, at least for me, when I got to the supply drop, there wasn't any NPCs or anyone guarding it. I don't know if it's going to be the same for you. It really just depends on the area in which the supply drop ends up going. So once you get to the supply drop, make sure your surroundings are covered, because it will take about 15 seconds of holding down the button in order to fully capture the drop, and then you will be good to go. That should complete the entire objective. So if this video helped you guys out, drop a like down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel, because I'll be uploading a bunch of guides on these, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.